Welcome everybody to the Broken Wing Racing League. This is the GT3 Sprint Championship, the finale of Season 17, Round 12. And for some drivers, it's going to be for all the marbles. Mark Foley, Travis Deegan. Then you got Braden Daniels and Aiden Gertz. They're also in it as well. We still have 9 minutes and 46 seconds left in practice. But let's get to the whole reason we're here. This championship, the overall, is going to go down to Mark Foley and Travis Deegan, who are separated by 23 points, with Mark Foley ahead in those 23 points. It is literally for all the marbles with those two. Whoever finishes ahead of the other driver is indeed winning this season's championship. And in class for the pros, followed by the Pro-Ams of Braden Daniels and Aiden Gertz. They are separated by 313 points, I believe. It could be a little off on my numbers there, on my counting. The 313 points is enough to swing this for both drivers. What we'd get out of that instead is a different scenario. If Aiden, like, for example, finishes P3, he gets a huge haul of overall points plus class position points. And I'm not sure where that is on the whole standings. I think it's at 1,000 points for the P1, and then it starts to dissipate from there. So if he can overcome a 315-ish points difference, he can take the win for the Pro-Am Championship. Tyler Kern is not in that same boat. Tyler Kern is leading with 5,996 points. He could crash out in this race and still win the AM Class Championship. However, Regan Chandler and Craig Reese are battling for P2 in the championship, as Regan Chandler is 7 points ahead of Craig Reese. That's 4,787 to the 4,780. So 7 points between those two in the P2 of the championship. Another example for the rookies is Daniel McElvey, who's leading at the moment by over 1,000 points. There's no way Adam Thomas can make up that differential, but he will finish second in class in the rookies for his first season with us. So congrats, Adam Thomas, for finishing second. You're already second right now in the practice session. And then going over the team standings, we have Carrera Azteca with 16,080 points. There's no way anyone's going to top them there. So congratulations to Carrera Azteca for winning Season 17 Team Championship. Effective as it is, that's Marshall Scary and Mark Foley. Draftpunk Gold is in second, and Draftpunk Silver is in third. There's still a chance those could be shaken up, but it'd be kind of difficult for Draftpunk Silver to punch above their weight there on their sister team of Draftpunk Gold. So they would think P1, 2, and 3 are maybe set. Shake and Bake Racing is in 4th. Bluth Racing in 5th. Thunder Thighs in 6th. Capping Global Motorsports in 7. Vols Hala in 8. Paxman in 9. Valhalla in 10. Tachyon Simsport in 11. E3 Motorsports in 12. Team Juice in 13. Acer Race 14. Valhalla Motorsports Fear in 15, Valhalla and D's Nuts in 16, Texas Motorsports in 17, and Valhalla Black in 18. That is, we're on a scenic route right now because somebody crashed. I don't know. All right. With that said, 6 minutes and 8 seconds left to go in practice. This is going to be shaping up for a big one. There is still a chance between, oh, actually, no. Peter Flanner is third in the pro standing, so I think he might cement himself third. Nick Mazza is in 4th, and it's a close, not such a close battle there. I mean, all the pros seem to be either really close or really far away from each other. For Aiden Gertz and Braden Daniels, P1 and 2. Braden's 1 at the moment, and then Rodrigo Theory is 3rd, but has Joshua D just behind him by 18 points. So Rodrigo Theory is 4th in class, and Joshua D is 7th in class. Now, for any of those that are just tuning in, this is a change in overlay. the overlay that we're looking at is how it's going to be, how we're going to use it for the future. You got your pros in gold. You got your purple PAMs, the pro-ams, in purple. Your rookies are in red. And your sky blue or baby blue, whatever you want to call it, that's blue. Those are your AM class drivers. Now, there's the overall position to the left. Positions gained or lost in the race will be in the middle of those two. Then positions in class, division position, followed by the driver's name, their car number, their gap in class to a driver ahead of them. So while Jacob Simmons is P5 at the moment, P3 in class, his gap to Mark Foley is 0.261. All right, folks. I just drop the hammer real quick. Yeah, so then in the pit, will also show if they're towing, whether or not they what lap they pit on, or if they're in the pits currently. Right at the moment, it's on practice and it won't show. You have on the eye overlay the black and white flag shown for Trent Sheckelman. There's possible slowdown penalty that was incurred. It's on the bottom right. And yeah, it's going to be a great one. Not a lot of people seem to like this track. I actually like this track. I think it's a great track. It's fun. It's fun in the Ferrari. Some people won't say that, but I'll say it. We've got about... What the heck is this? Alright. Jesus Christ. Thanks, Butthole554Y. Really wanted that. Oh my god. Alright, well, we have 39 drivers that have entered into this race and 39 drivers who have set laps on the board. So I think it's safe to say that everyone that did register for this race is going to show up to be in it and attack it. Hopefully. Sometimes drivers pick practice on. A little hit to the wall of champions there for Trent Sheckelman. But the hype right now is what happens in qualifying. What's going to happen in this race? Mark Foley is second on the overall, second in class as well. But he's crucially ahead of Travis Deegan. If this was the race, this is how he would want to end it. He could be the Season 17 champion. Or it could go to Travis Deegan, whoever knows. Lap traffic could play into this pro battle. Never know. Anything can happen off the line. Aiden Gertz is third in the overall. Not sure where Braden stands at P9 on the old points scale, but if that is a big enough gap in the overall to get him that 315 that he needs to jump ahead of Braden Daniels, then we'll see. That would be quite something. Tyler Kern, like I said, doesn't need to do anything. Just needs to show up. Greg Reese, I don't believe is even here. So Regan Chandler is going to have no issue taking home that second place in the AM class. Peter Flanner, whether he wins or loses this race, he's still going to solidify himself as third place in the championship. And that's a good set to have it being in the pros. This is really going to be nice. As you can see on the overall, you got some drivers out of place. You got your leaders, and they won't show their gap because they are leading, but it'll show gaps from in class division gaps. So everything you see about that gap is just to the division. If you want a better sense of things, the relative to the bottom right will show you relative to a driver around them. That's kind of what you're looking for. Is we got some black flags out there. Chris Lambeth showing that he has one there, 34 seconds back on Trent Scheckelman. And you can really see where everyone's at. I'm going to be showing the full 25 drivers that are in the top 25 with a rotating other set of drivers, as you can see. With one late addition, two late additions. And we are back. Peter Flanders is going to lead us on his outlap here for qualifying. Season 17, round 12, the finale. I hope it's spicy. I hope these guys are close. I know Mark's going to want just a good run with some separation to Travis Deegan. The moment, this is just showing us the practice results. We will get an update as things progress. Be in one lap as they go to warm up tires. And on board with Peter Flanner. It is a slightly difficult track to maneuver and master, but I think it's pretty rewarding. I have hit these curbs quite violently, and that part is not fun, especially through 8 and 9, which is where Peter just went through. Hairpin's fairly simple. This sucks. And then back on the throttle he goes and get close to 13 and 14, the Wall of Champions. Let's see if anyone hits it. Scraped it. Thank you, SDS4G63 for the follow. Mark Foley holds the fastest lap at the moment at 134. Peter Flanders 135s. Braden Daniels overtaking Aiden Gertz, P3 and 4 at the moment. Jacob Simmons in 5th. Travis Deegan in 6th. Nick Mazza 7. Chris Lambeth 8. Marshall Scary 9. Tyler Kern 10. Andrew Frank 11. Adam Thomas 13 as Ben Laughter has gone into 11th. Andrew McMurray into 12th. John Javecki in 15th. Eric Koonsman 16. Andrew Korsecki 17. Tom Smith into 14 as Andrew Simmons goes into 19. Not 20, as Theo Nolasco has gone into 15. Trent Scheckelman into 10th. Chris Schierling into 2nd. Eric Koonsman into 20th. Andrew Korsecki 21. Todd Bielmer 23. Isaac Gardner 24. Matt Benson 25. Joshua Justice 27th. As Oliver Brooks goes to 28. And Ryan Chandler into 17th with that time across the board. So far, everywhere. Nick Mazza into 8th. I think I said him. And let's go Kern. Tyler Kern. He set his lap. P12. Jeff Lubitsch, Forrest Holland, Mark Turek, Reagan Chandler have not set times just yet. Craig Carroll in the 29th. As Joshua D is in 30th. Rodrigo Theory hasn't set a time. Is not even out there on track. Kyle Strauss hasn't set a time. Rick Rishon hasn't set a time. Elliot Burton also no time on the board just yet. 41 drivers as Jacob Simmons now set the fastest lap with John Javecki going into 10th, Chris Lambeth into 5th. For second, said let's go Kern, but then we had a Kern out there, and that is Chris Lambeth. Nick Mazza into 4th, Tyler Kern into 8th, Andrew Frank into 13th. Improvements there. Eric Koonsman improves into 11th, Adam Thomas improves into 13th, Matt Benson improves into 18th, Ben Lafter into 15th, and with an improvement there, Mark Turek into 14th. He's got a time on the board now. Andrew Korostecki improved into 16th, Todd Buellmore into 17th with an improvement there. Reagan Chandler now into 15th, and it is shaking up across the board. Braden Daniels leading crucially over Aiden Gertz at the moment. Mark Foley still has a good gap there to Travis Deegan, who is in 12th. The championship is all on the line for these two drivers, and they are separated by a bunch of positions at the moment. Ryan Chandler into 13th with an improvement lap there. Rick Wishon improves into 33rd. Jeff Lubitsch, still no time on the board for this driver. Rodrigo Theory is out there. I think this is an out lap. Yes, it is. Kyle Strauss across the line gets a time on the board, and that is 34th for him. And we just got Elliott Burton just behind a title run. The season 17's champion, Travis Deegan. Tyler Kern has already secured the AM Class Championship. Pro-Am and the Pro are still up for grabs. Right? What is it? It's something McElvey. How is it? Ryan? I can't think of the guy's name. He's not here right now, but he's going to be winning his championship. Elliott Burton into 33rd with his time across the board. Marshall Scari, the 9th improvement there. Andrew Frank into 14th. Mark Foley now leads with the fastest lap, 133.8. Mark Turek into 14th. Andrew Korostecki into 16th. Matt Benson in 15th. All improvements there. Reagan Chandler also improves into 18th. Andrew Simmons improves into 23rd. Theo Nolasco into 25th with an improvement out of that driver as well. Jeff Lubitsch is one of the, in Rodrigo Theory, are the only drivers have yet set times just yet. There's 3 drivers that are in the pits that have set no times on the board. They have not even gone out just yet. Is this a lap here for Jeff Lubitsch? Yes, it is. P35 for him. Rodrigo Theory. Looks like he chopped something up here. Pull back a replay. Oh, yeah. Yep, he just couldn't get it turned in and opted for the escape. Craig Carroll improves into 26th. Travis Deegan. Across the line, this driver went. Got to P5. Can he improve further? Jacob Simmons into 3rd. Peter Flander into 2nd. Aiden Gertz now into 10th, but Braden Daniels is ahead of him. That's very crucial there. Travis Deegan, no time on that last lap. Andrew Frank into 11th as Eric Koonsman jumps in right behind into 12th. Improved laps for both drivers. I think Mark Foley might have studied a little bit more for this one because he is pretty much on it. Andrew Simmons improved into 15th with that time of 135.1. Chris Chittling improved into 3rd with 134.098. 2 drivers in the 133s, 134s to P3 to P8. Marshall Scari is the lead, 135 and 9th with over P30 in the 135s of Joshua D. So that's where the split is here for any competitive time in the 135s. You could be P30 or P9. There you go. Is this one on for Rodrigo Theory? Let's hope. This is his 5th lap. Mark Foley now improving. But Aiden Gertz, with that time across the board, 133.818. Fantastic Wow. I just lost words for a second. What an impressive run. That really is indeed. That is a .009 interval to Mark Foley. Now, P1 to P10. You got 1,000 points in P1 plus fastest lap. That counts as well. Qualifying points, I believe, is also involved in this, as well as class position. Braden Daniels is third. He needs 313 points, I believe. I said 315, but it's somewhere in that ballpark. It's under 320, I know that much. And if that is what we got here, if he somehow clinched a win, that's over 1,000. I mean, whatever Braden gets, damn limitation or whatnot, I think we would see the Pro-Am shift in the championship on the last round, just like right now with Mark Foley and Travis Deegan. There's only 23 points between Mark Foley and Travis Deegan, with Mark Foley ahead. That is where it's going to get tricky. Aiden Gertz is now down into third, though. Still a good haul of points of, I think it's over 800. Boris Holland improves into 16th, as Ben Lafter is now improved into 13th. Rodrigo Theory into 34th with his time across the board. And he has set that, and he is on the board. Rodrigo Theory now into 23rd, though, from 34th, with a new and improved lap in the 135 threes. Congrats to him, Rodrigo. Can Travis Deegan respond? I don't think he can. 2 minutes 42 seconds left, and he is in the pits. Foley maybe making some setup changes. Mark Foley still sitting in a second. It's only a couple positions, and Travis Deegan is the type of driver that can make up those spots, make a pass on Peter, make a pass on Aiden, and then ultimately try to make a pass on his rival, Mark Foley, in the race. That's what he's got to do to win it. Or maybe he just goes in the pits and gets him that way. Pit early for the undercut. Maybe there's a safety car. It's all up for grabs, but Aiden, if he finishes this way, it's a good chance that he wins for the Pro-Am. Howard Kern is sitting second in class, but it doesn't matter. That guy has won the AM class championship. Forrest Holland improves into 12th, putting a big gap there between the AM class drivers. Adam Thomas improves into 9th. Now, everyone that's just joined, the overall positions on the far left side, there's going to be a positions gained and lost between the division position, which is what you see in the gold, purple, red, and blue, as also the driver of class. Pro is the gold, purple is the Pro-Ams, AM class is blue, and the rookies are red. Their car number is to the right. The gap is a division gap to their division. So even though they're in the overall, it looks like Peter Flanders close to Aiden Gertz here, it's actually his gap to Mark Foley. Pit will show up without towing or in. That's going to be for the race. Jacob Simmons still quick. Mark Foley going again. Jacob Simmons sitting in the pits now. Aiden Gertz going out there again. Chris Chitterling still out there. John Javecki's out there. Peter Flanders in. Travis Deegan is in. Chris Lambeth is in. Adam Thomas is now going in. Nick Mazza crossed the line with 12 seconds to go. I think he will maybe go again. He is P10 at the moment. Ben Lafter improved into 12th and then went in the pits. Braden Daniels is still out there trying to improve. This is going to be his last attempt here. And with that said, let's go over to some of these drivers that are already about there. Rick Wishon is in. Chris Chitterling sending it. It's going to be improvement for him. Yes, it is. One position. That's P5. Trent Sheckelman. P15 for him. Don't know if that was an improvement. Jeff Lubitsch. Andrew Korostecki. And 939. I'm not sure who these are. Well, I'll take a look here. Andrew Korostecki. I don't think... no improvement there. Isaac Gardner, 23rd. Improvement from him. Jeff Lubitsch, 38. And that's pretty much it from those drivers. Eric Kunzman, Forrest Holland still in it, and Nick Mazza is still going. Nick Mazza did have an attempt left. One last attempt. Or you got Eric Kunzman in, Forrest Holland's going for it. And this will be it out of every driver. Following one. Forrest Holland, is this an improvement? He is not an improvement. P14 for him. Well, folks, that's it. The grid is set. That's going to be a little weird. Anyway. I don't even have to do that. Let's just do it this way, since I don't really need to use this software anymore. Besides some parts of it. You can see P1 through 25 on the board. Congratulations there for Jacob Simmons in P1, Mark Foley P2, Aiden Gertz P3, Peter Flander 4th, Chris Chitterling 5th, Travis Deegan 6th, John Javecki 7, Chris Lambert 8, Adam Thomas 9th, Nick Mazza 10, Braden Daniels 11, Ben Laughter 12, Eric Kunzman 13, Forrest Holland 14, Trent Shepman 15, Marshall Scary 16, Matt Benson 17, Mark Turek in 18, Andrew Frank in 19, Tyler Kern 20, Roger Theo 21, Andrew Simmons 22, Isaac Gardner 23, Andrew Korostecki 24, Ryan Chandler 25. Thomas Smith in 26. Reagan Chandler 27. Andrew McMurray 28. Todd Buellmer 29. Just get on one driver here. Todd Buellmer 29. Theo Nolasco 30. Craig Carroll 31. Joshua Justice 32. Joshua Deed 33. Rick Wishon 34, Kyle Strauss 35, Elliot Burton 36, Oliver Brooks 37, Jeff Lubitsch 38, Nathan Hemperly 39, Jeff Hedges 40, and Tyler Pagnoni and 41, if those three show up. We have 38 drivers total. It's not that popular of a track to some people. Some people it is. I don't think it's a bad track. Whoever let this Audi toaster in this. Is there an Audi in this? Oh, that's Jeff Lubitsch, yeah. Well, folks, this is going to be an interesting one. Travis Deegan set in 6th position. Just 2 rows back from Mark Foley, who's sitting 2nd in the overall in class. Mark Foley just needs to finish ahead. Not the same, however. You got Aiden Gertz here. He's 3rd, 2nd row. Braden Daniels is in 11th. Look about how far that is. We look at this. He's kind of back there by a few rows. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's on the 6th row. I'm not sure how the points differential is going to spread for that, but if Aiden finishes 3rd in the overall, that's over 800 points. He needs 313 and a gap. Whatever Braden gets here, it's going to be a rough one. The lap 1 camera, it will follow our leader. Now remember, the gap that you see on the leaderboard is the gap to the driver in class. So Peter's gap is toward Mark Foley. Chris Lambeth is towards Aiden Gertz, and so forth. It lingers a little bit longer because we used to have a lot more drivers. 38, though, is still an impressive amount, considering it's in Montreal. And the safety car is in. 2x2 as they try. It's going to be a rough one. And it looks so far so good. Clean. To the Wall of Champions corner. And they are off. And it looks like a good start there for Mark Foley, who's got a staying ahead of his rivals. And Travis Deegan trying to make a move here. And Nick Mazza already up 4. Travis Deegan down 1. And Ben Lafter up 2. Chris Lambeth has now jumped Aiden Gertz there. And he's the lead. He's at Kermit that's just ahead of Aiden Gertz. So possible. What a start there for Chris Lambeth. But possible change up there for the Pro-Ams and Aiden's championship. Everything else so far so good. Everything's clean through 6 and 7. And oh, Andrew Gorstecki is spun around, but I don't think anyone did that to him. I think that was kind of a driver error. He was on the inside, and there was plenty of room left to the driver around him as they are bobbing and weaving. 2x2 they go through 8 and 9. But look at that. It's already looking pretty nice. Mark Foley saying, thank you, Chris Lambeth. You are giving me a boost. So is Nick Mazza. A Taco Bell livery just went straight off the course there. Not sure who that was, but that is not where you're supposed to turn in. And single file from the top 10 and more. They are out there. I mean, even further back, Marshall Scari is in 16th, and it's still single file. And it's looking pretty strong from the start. Mark Foley just needs to keep this pace, this momentum, and it is in his favor as they go 2 wide through just 1. That's a recipe there. Let's take a look now here at Braden Daniels, who's got Adam Thomas just ahead. Only down 1. And is trying to make a move here on Adam Thomas. Into turn 8. We'll see it. Brave it down. He does. And he has gotten by. Further back. That's Andrew McMurray, who's up 2 spots despite having blown past turn 10, the hairpin. Now it's got Regan Chandler just ahead. Look at that, maneuvering around and to the outside. Again, going a little bit wide there. And losing out, maybe. Nope, doesn't lose anything, actually. Tom Smith is just ahead. But that was quite close. That would have been Todd Buellmore who's making up a spot there. It didn't go his way. Todd poking out just slightly, but no chance right there. Further up you go, Aiden Gertz. Down 2 from the start. Kind of holding in the pattern they are right now. Nothing's changed. Travis Deegan isn't able to do much at the moment. Except just hope something happens. Further back, Braden Daniels trying to make a move here. Ben Lafter's ahead of Braden and is up 2. Joshua Justice. I think I didn't even say his name in qualifying, but he's looking pretty sharp. He's 4 up right now. Another driver who's doing fairly well. Elliot Burton. Just behind Theo Nolasco. Be honest, none of the cameras are that great here at this track. I switch too often. There's a dive there for Jeff Lubitsch. Is that going to be a move? Yes, on Rick Rishon. As Joshua D hoping to make up a spot. Just keeping their spot, actually, as Kyle Strauss pushes through. They're going to go side by side, maybe. But that would be 2 up for Kyle Strauss. He's up already. Elliot Burton also making a move here on Theo Nolasco, further up on the Casino Straight. And can safely say that one is good. Joshua D down 1. Craig Carroll down 4. Andrew Korsecki is down 12. Isaac Gardner already at the back of the pack here. And 38, that's 15 loss. Elliot Burton improving, though, with 7 gains. And qualified, mind you. Andrew Simmons. It's looking good for this driver. He's down 1, but he can retake that on Ryan Chandler there, as the E3 Motorsports drivers of the Chandlers are 22nd, 24th, separated by Andrew Simmons here. Still no word. These ones, Travis Deegan trying to make a move here and gets through maybe on Aiden Gertz here, as Nick Mazza has gotten up to 4th position over Chris Lambeth, possibly. Does at least get that one. Travis Deegan gets Aiden, and then Chris Lambeth losing out a spot there to Nick Mazza. And all this battling is good for the Goose, which is Mark Foley, who's leading, or it's not leading, but 2nd in class and 2nd in the overall, but needs Travis Deegan to be held up as much as possible. And he is in the tightest formation we have here, with Chris Chitterling looking to make a move here. We'll go on board, and these drivers are all so close, with John Javecki joining the fight. He's 4/10ths back. This is a recipe for disaster, sometimes, depending on how close they're going to get and whether or not they're going to make some passes. It looks like they're getting... Chris Chitterling wants more here and is going to try to make a move here on Aiden Gertz. John Javecki is going to try to take the left side. I don't think he's fully along there, as Chris Lambeth is looking to make the move and got past Nick Mazza as they went side by side through that one. That was Braden Daniels on John Javecki. No change in the order from those two, but it is still spicy here as Chris Chitterling goes for the wide way around the hairpin. Is this going to work out for him? He's going to be able to get the power down. Oh! Aiden Gertz had a miss. It's just a little bit of a wheel lock there, and his right front does look to have some damage. Still an improvement there for Chris Lambert and Nick Mazza. 4 and 5 positions gained respectively, and that is something else. Take a look here at Aiden Gertz. That's the right front, so maybe he hit the wall of champions. Did say to give it a go. You might win that way. His rear is fine. That front end is looking a little spicy. Braden Daniels now down 1 spot from where he started. I think he had a little bit of a moment. And he's about to get overtaken here by Adam Thomas. Nope. He holds on to it. These drivers are still so close. And they're also hitting that. Exit a 9. Lambeth dive to the inside there for Nick Mazza. And, oof, they get awfully close. Travis Deegan almost, I thought, got a little too close there to Chris Lambeth. But that is all hunky-dory. Nick Mazza has it for now. But Chris Lambeth leading Pro-Ams. Still in a good position here. Chris Chitterling in the mix here. If we go to his right rear, you can see in the braking zone, there is a little bit of damage there on the right front of Aiden Gertz. Now on board with Travis Deegan. Height and awareness here. Mark Foley, Travis Deegan in the fight for the championship. Peter Flanner in third, basically solidifying his third place no matter what happens here. In the pros, Aiden Gertz has a chance to overtake Braden Daniels for the Pro-Am Championship for Season 17, but the difference in points has to be higher than 313 points. That is the gain that Aiden needs. And from P8 to P12, I don't think he's going to get it in that capacity. He's down 5 spots from where he started. What a Matt Benson here. And Andrew Frank. They're going side by side. Andrew Frank opting out of that one. And that's going to go P19 for Matt Benson. Maybe Andrew Frank might do something here at the braking zone. No, he doesn't. And it's going to stay Matt Benson. Joshua Justice. Close to Elliot Burton, but no change from these two. Andrew Korostecki on a damage limitation. He's now down only 8 positions, but from where he spun out from, but he's gaining them back ever so close. So much, I guess. Words, people. All right, Braden Daniels needs to get 1 position back to be exactly where he started this race, but Eric Koonsman, it is a battle within class. He's third. It would be a podium for Eric Koonsman. Doesn't want to let Braden Daniels by. All right, Travis Deegan now very close to Chris Lambeth as the other drivers are following suit. John Javecki at the back end of that. Marshall Scari, Forrest Holland going side by side. Forrest Holland was 15th. Is it going to end with being 16th? And Tyler Kern trying to follow suit. Oh, he's not close enough. Jumping back in, but look at that. Talk about consistency between teammates. Marshall Scari gets it into the braking zone. And Draft Punk Silver. Travis Deegan got by. Let's take a look at how that happened. Going side by side into turn 1. Yep, gets in the braking zone. And keeps it. Able to move along by. Tyler Kerr now leading his teammate, Rodrigo Theory, as Draft Punk Silver have a little group forming behind them. Matt Benson, Andrew Frank, Andrew Simmons. And now a little pressure here is formed as Forrest Holland now has a gaggle of cars behind. That's Reagan Chandler at the end of that. And something happened with the Chandlers. Ryan Chandler is in the pits on lap 9. Unfortunate. They were so close. Crucially, 9 seconds. Mark Foley to Travis Deegan. 9 seconds. That's what he wants. Gonna need that. The battle of the Pro-Ams and AMs are in full effect. Rodrigo Theory sitting ahead of Tyler Kern now, and Matt Benson. Matt Benson trying to make a move there on Tyler Kern and gets it done. They push through. Chris Lambert trying to make another move. And that was into turn one. Oof, that was quite the save. He saves it, but he's going to lose the position, as little mistakes like that will happen. But honestly, if we just go back here, go on the gyro here, Grass snaps, gets it back. Impressive move there for Chris Lambert, despite losing a spot. That was mighty impressive. It's similar to Dylan Thomas's move at Road America in the carousel. It almost looks like you're going to lose it completely, and should have by all accounts, but you just gave it a little muster on the old counter steering, and it worked. Is it Gardner up into 34th here? Now down only 11 spots when he started. Jeff Lubitsch is out of this race? Oh, let's take a look. Unfortunate. Now we got some people pitting. Jeff Lubitsch is towing now. Talk about the start of the race there. It was pretty clean. Though, what we saw in lap 1, you know, that might have been a little bit of contact with one of the Chandlers. Let's take a look. That's actually kind of on, I think, Andrew there, because if you look back at it, he does get into the side of one of the Chandlers, the E3s there. And yeah, he's not able to do anything about that, but I think he had to move right to get away from the car ahead of him that was clearly looked like he was about to hit. But I mean, he stopped it and he wasn't, I don't think he was going to hit him. But then we got Mark Turek here, kind of on his own. He did tap Marshall Scari, I believe, but you know, they will save it. That's lap 6. And then Ryan Chandler. Oh, that's what happened to Ryan Chandler. It's a little mistake there. And into the barrier. Unfortunate. Rick Rishon also had their own little move. The barrier. But, I mean, 38 drivers. And we have only like 6 incidents. And they're all kind of self-spins, I would say. No one with an obvious, like... Oh, we got Kyle Strauss on lap 11. Just off. Oof. It's a 540, is that one? Yeah, that one's not so good. Is he back at it? Yes, he is. All in all, he's going in the pits, but it has been a fairly clean race. Ooh. What's going on there? Chris Lambeth. Down into 9th. What happened here? Aiden Gertz, he was leading over Aiden Gertz and John Javecki. And, I mean, just had to go off there. It's got a slowdown penalty, sure, but even before that, he was facing Chris Schierling up there. Gonna look at Braden Daniels, who is sitting 12th still. Aiden Gertz now only 4 positions down. He was down 5, so he's up into 7th. That's an improvement. But if anyone knows what the spread looks like, he needs 314. He needs, or 313. I keep changing the number. It's 313, I believe. Could be 308 at this point. I don't know. Not getting it right, but there we go. Adam Thomas in the pits. He's going to drop down a little bit. One of the first drivers to do so. Look at Regan Chandler out there in P31 has gone in the pits. So is Andrew Frank, Joshua Justice, and Adam Thomas. Now Josh back out there. Adam Thomas is slowly getting there. So Craig Carroll might be the last driver. Nope. On the exit there of the pit lane. And it is good. Another driver that's just dropping down the order because of they're in the pits. Take a look at the overall here. Jacob Simmons only 8/10 separation from Mark Foley. Mark Foley has a 10-second gap to Travis Deegan. Just staying consistent. That is what this driver needs. Peter Flanner into third. Up one from where he started. Nick Mazza, probably one of the better stories here. He's up into sixth, but he actually got most of his chops. I think 3 or 4 off the opening lap, and then 2 after that one. It's just impressive for this driver. Matt Benson, so a driver that's up one. It's got Forrest Holland ahead of him. Rodrigo Theory at some point made a move on Forrest Holland because he's... Test. There you go. I mean, it is what it is. It's recording it, so it's one of those. If you guys can't hear me, that's I just have to wait for the replay as we go side by side. I mean, I was there at the start. I have a monitor. It shows that everything's working. Oh, there's a black flag for Ben Laughter there. Going into the pits. Be a stop and go penalty, probably. These drivers change. Now, the big difference here is Braden Daniels. There is zero chance that Aiden Gertz has at the moment in time, as long as Braden Daniels is finishing this race in this order. Didn't need to be this close in the overall either. Just needed to not have a massive gap. Aiden Gertz was up into P3 and just tumbled down the order off the start. So it's looking like it's going to be Braden Daniels, barring a DNF. That is the only way that Aiden Gertz can get this, but hey, if he makes a mistake, that's on him. I'm not commentator cursing anybody. As we have these two drivers still on lap 16. They are not going in. Yeah. And I think it's pretty self-explanatory at this point now, so you can kind of understand what's happening there with the leaderboard. The gap is a division gap, and that is within. That's just only to show the gap to their division. So like Aiden, 5.8 seconds to Braden Daniels. Yeah, from the leader. So it goes from the leader onward. And so Tyler Kern being a good lead, the leader of the AM class at the moment. The gap is 11.5 to Joshua Justice. And now you can sort of understand how that's all working out. Adam Thomas, another good example with Isaac Gardner, 4.9, about 5 seconds back there. And P20. It's only showing that gap. Interval, still at the bottom right. There you go. These two, again, not going into the pits. They're going to go long. Travis Deegan's going to have to do something different. That's just ultimately what it comes down to. And there he goes into the pits, and it is going to be done. If a Jason speaks and moves to the no one, just, I mean, it still counts. I mean, try to get a good shot here at this pit lane thing, but it's actually an even better one. Travis Deegan in, so is Nick Mazza. Aiden Gertz, Peter Flanner. This will be quite the difference. Peter Flanner is out. Nick Mazza is out. Travis Deegan is out. Aiden Gertz a little bit lengthy on that one. We'll have to see how that all shakes up here. Tyler Kern doing pretty well. He's got Nick Mazza. Although Tyler Kern hasn't pit just yet. Not a close battle. More drivers in the pits. Now they're pulling up to lap traffic. This would be the moment to just pit so you don't have to deal with more of it. And there you have it. Both drivers, no issues there. Chris Chitterling, is he going to go in? Yes, he does. John Javecki also going in. Good job there. No black flags. Braden Daniels up into P5. Aiden Gertz now into 13th. We'll get back that spot, maybe. Marshall Scari in, and Peter Flanner. This is where we see the difference. Peter Flanner is jumping through, and some of those drivers are exiting. You can see in the background there, that is Jacob Simmons and Mark Foley out, as Peter Flanner, who was sitting third, is going to remain in third as he jumps through and sees them. They're already exiting fully. Travis Deegan is not even into turn one, and these drivers are already back out there. We already knew it was going to be like this. That is 11.2 second, 10.5 second gap there to the leader. And that is what Mark Foley was hoping for there. Just a standard pit stop, no change in the order. Aiden Gertz ahead of Braden Daniels, crucially, but only by 1 spot. It's now P8, 9, and 10 for 1, 2, and 3 in the Pro-Ams. Pretty well done. Let's take a look here at Tyler Kern. It's not going to matter that much. It is going to be a race win. This driver is already on board to win the AM Class Championship. Forrest Holland is 2.7 seconds back on him, and Matt Benson is in a different class. Pro-Ams. Aiden is close to John Javecki, however. Got a Ford versus Chevrolet here. He does better. And you got Braden Daniels here. Take a look on board with him. I don't think he's perming, but I got a black and white flag there for Marshall Scari. I think it's a slowdown penalty. But I think Chris Lambeth is. He's definitely going to if he stays ahead here. Isaac Gardner is back in the pits. I think he had a pit on lap 1. Go down the order on that one. Chris Chitterling. Travis Deegan's just ahead, 3/10. Now Chris, make this a little bit more difficult. So Nick Mazza and Peter Flanner are already ahead, and they got a bigger gap. Oh, this race ends soon. Lap 29. Beginning move's going to happen right here. Not yet. Travis Deegan has Mark Turek and Trent Scheckelman, who are battling for position 33rd and 34th. Blue flags do matter, but this battle is still on, and they might be getting slowed down slightly. And Trent Scheckelman and Mark they both... that's something else there. Fighting fully alongside. And yeah, that put a gap between Trent Scheckelman and Mark Turek, but blue flags and all. That is rough. Take a look further up the field. These two only don't have to worry about it for 18 seconds. So it's less of an impact for them. Travis Deegan, however, he's now 11.3 seconds back, and then now Chris Chitterling's going to have to get on through this as well. And on the exit, is it made? Yep. Slight lift there, and it's going to be all fine for him. Kind of rough. Take a look here at Elliot Burton here. Hit on lap 18. Up into 17th. And it's 19 positions gained. Anyone that's watching this race now, and you could actually hear my mic, maybe you can't. Forrest Holland actually let's take a look here. Forrest Holland made a move down in the hairpin on Elliot Burton. Way to go. And kept the position. How's the new overlay? Do you like the leaderboard? It shows all 4 classes, the overall position, car number, so you can at least see that. In case you're looking at directly at their numbers. Car number 69 there. Of Chris Lambeth. A little battle here with Braden Daniels to get P2 in the Pro-Ams. And 9th in class. Yeah. There's a few battles happening out there on track. Mark Turek is at Trent Chickelman, half a second back now. But now they have another group of drivers coming by. And that is John Javecki and Aiden Gertz. Oh! And class on different class warfare. Let's take a look at that. Take a chopper cam at this. Bang! Well, you gotta get by somehow, Paxman. He's probably sorry about that one. That's just unfortunate. Mark Foley. I don't think he's going to be able to make anything happen here with Jacob Simmons. So, win's going to probably go to Jacob Simmons here, but I don't think Mark Foley's too worried about that. He's just trying to hit his marks. 6 laps left to go. Don't count that 5. And it'll all be over. Tyler Kern. Matt Benson making a move to the inside and got Tyler Kern. But Tyler Kern leading in class, close to Forrest Holland, but yeah, he's actually further away. It's 3.8 seconds away. It was 2.6, I believe. And pretty good run for him. Taking the AM Class Championship. At the moment, he holds 5,996 points. Craig Reese isn't here, so Reagan Chandler is up into 21st, is going to secure the 2nd place in the AM Class Championship. With Rodrigo Theory and Joshua D. Right now it's going to Rodrigo Theory, who's in 14th, 5th in class, over Joshua D for 3rd place in the Pro-Am Championship. Still a podium step there for that Pro-Am driver, Rodrigo Theory. Nothing's going to change there, though, for the pros in 3rd. Peter Flanner has locked that down like he has in this race. He is 3rd in the race and 3rd in the championship. Oh, Andrew Simmons. Just an unfortunate error. I believe that's turn 4, 3 and 4. And he's back out there. Some of these drivers are hoping for an uneventful end to this race. Aiden Gertz is leading over Braden Daniels, but I think it's going to go his way. Although, I think with the drop points, maybe? Oh, there's a little mistake there from John Javecki, and Aiden Gertz does get a spot. That's P7 for him. but that's only 2 positions difference to his rival. And I don't think that's going to be enough. Always next season there, Aiden. Pretty sure Aiden was pretty dominant in the AIM class as well. No move just yet. Reagan Chandler and Joshua Justice are battling it out here. I guess I was wrong. I don't think he has a... he might have done well in that one, but I don't think he actually won a championship in the AIM class. Don't have that one recorded. Joshua D's won a championship. He's won the Rookie Championship last season. Now they have Andrew Simmons, 1.1 seconds up. And great job there for Andrew Simmons, who let these drivers by. Jacob Simmons, the driver leading this race, now has only, I think, 2 laps to go. And he's actually won 2 championships. He's won Season 10 and Season 13. One could say he could have won another championship, but the drop week has played into the hands of his rivals. He did just hit the barrier, I believe, and was thrown off a little bit, but he's recovering, and he's still holding in strong. Tyler Kern hasn't let Matt Benson walk away from him. He's still putting some pressure on. These 3 are probably going to be battling to the end of this race. Todd Buellmore leads over Reagan Chandler and Joshua Justice. All taking slightly on different lines there. Inchikor Stecky was able to get by on Joshua D because he had a slowdown penalty. I believe that's what that was. Reagan Chandler making a move here on Todd Buellmore. And turn 3 and 4. And he did get it through. Joshua Justice losing out. Or sorry, making up a spot as well with Todd Buellmore dropping down 2 spots. Fortunate for him. And the next time by will be the white flag. Ooh, Reagan Chandler coming out. Don't want any troubles here. 7.6 second gap to Theo Nolasco. Sitting in 30th at the moment. Hasn't been lapped just yet, I don't believe. Which I think he has. Or... nope, hasn't been lapped. Close to it, though. Travis Deegan being held off here by Nick Mazza. Sherling was not able to keep up with the pace there, as he's 4.8 seconds back. Rodrigo Theory putting a little pressure here on Marshall Scar. There's half a second between these 2 drivers. Travis Deegan is close to Nick Mazza, but nothing just yet. Race conclusion. Hopefully everyone got their fuel done correctly. Or this might be it. I don't see the white flag anywhere. That's gotta be it, though. Anyone further back see it? Where's the little guy? I don't see anyone waving flags here. That's odd. Well, I mean, it's over. I mean, the race is capped. So, we just got this lap to go. And an uneventful one for everyone included. Braden Daniels is doing pretty good. He's still in 9th. As long as he finishes this lap, he is good. He will be the Pro-Am champ. Leif Burton making a move here on Forrest Holland. It's not quite done. It's Forrest Holland defending the inside in the first corner, second corner actually, and Forrest Holland's staying ahead a moment. Jacob Simmons let Mark Foley by on the straight, the casino straight, and that is a bizarre move, but he is going to celebrate because he is Season 17's champion and the winner of this race. Jacob Simmons in the second, Peter Flanders in the third, Nick Massa side by side with Travis Deegan, holding it ahead of Travis Deegan for fourth, and Travis Deegan in fifth, Chris Chitterling in sixth, Aiden Gertz in 7, John Javecki in 8, Braden Daniels, the Pro-Am champion, in 9th there. Didn't win this race, but good enough. Chris Lambeth in 10th, Eric Koonsman 11th, Adam Thomas, winner of the rookies for this race, in 12th. Rodrigo Theory into 13th. Matt Benson, a little bit ways to go there. He's got Tyler Kern just behind him, and that's going to be 14th for him. Tyler Kern in 15th. Marshall Scary in 16th. Forrest Holland in 17th. Tom Smith in 18th. Joshua Justice in 19th. Elliot Burton into 20th with 16 position gain. Todd Buellmer, 21. Reagan Chandler, 22. Andrew Korostecki, 23. Ben Laughter, 24. Joshua D, 23. Congratulations to Tyler Kern for winning the AM class as well, and the AM class title. And Joshua D may not have enough fuel here, and he's losing spots as Andrew Korostecki went to 23rd, Ben Laughter, 24, Andrew Frank, 25, Isaac Gardner, 26, Oliver Brooks, 27, Joshua D is now 28, as Craig Carroll is 29, Theo Nolasco, 30, Ryan Chandler, 31, Andrew Simmons, 32, Trent Sherman, 33, Mark Turek, 34, Jeff Lubitsch, 35, Andrew McMurray, 36, Kyle Strauss, 37, Rick Wishon, 38. That is it for everybody there. And we'll pull some drivers. Congratulations, Aiden, for the win. Not enough for the championship, but I mean, still, you hard fought. What happened on lap 1 that you just dropped back a bit? Was it just a bad start?
I'm honestly not even sure. I was trying to make sure I held it hold it still next to Peter, and then all of a sudden I see people just flying by me. I'm not 100% sure what happened.
Well, it's unfortunate that they flew by. It looked like you were going to have a standard awesome race there. You know, finishing third would have been great because then Braden would have finished 9th. I'm not sure what the point spread difference on that would have been total. Maybe it would have been enough. Maybe it wouldn't have. But I mean, you got back one spot and you're able to just keep it consistent ahead of John Javecki, Braden Daniels. I mean, so another win for you, and so you're just going to come back right back into the Pro-Ams for next season and just give it a better go at it?
Oh, definitely. I think I'll definitely be more prepared for Pro-Am next season than I was this season.
Well, I mean,
it's sad that I couldn't quite get it this one, but
absolutely.
There's always another.
it was a rough one, and it's unfortunate, but congratulations for the win tonight. I mean, guys feel good. You're still making some wins out of this. Finishing second in class is still pretty good feeling after the season ends. Thanks,
Yeah.
Aiden, for joining me.
Yes, thank you.
Mhm. Mark Foley, congratulations. I don't know if Jacob Simmons was just gifting you that one at the end there at casino on the casino straight, but he gave you the win for the race. You're pretty consistent behind him, half a second off. Firstly, was he just giving you a good, hey, here, take it?
I did not tell him to. That was not orchestrated or
Okay.
pre-planned in any way. I was happy to cruise in second, and then he pulled over, and I was like, "What are you doing?" And he was like, "Just take it, man."
All
And
right. Yeah. Well, I
so
mean, it's a great thing
I
to
appreciate
do.
that.
Yeah. I mean,
Sure.
it just shows you like the respectable driver that he is. And great two-time winner there, Jacob Simmons. Maybe three-time if he, points breakdown didn't happen the way it does sometimes with a drop week.
Mhm.
But congratulations. I mean, you were consistent in practice, consistent in qualifying. I mean, you didn't make any errors during the race. I mean, Travis Deegan was in a knife fight through the entire race. I mean, I'm got to be kind of dejected for himself because he was literally like inches away from everybody for like at least half that race. And so, I mean, he still did great, finishing fifth. But yeah, I mean, what a great run. I mean,
Yeah, thank you.
you had some good drivers that helped out. You have Chris Lambeth, Nick Mazza. They jumped the gun at the start. Like, not, I didn't say they just had a great run. Both of them getting ahead of Travis Deegan. He drops back. And then it was just, a battle. Everyone kind of pushing him backwards. And you could see that gap from 2 seconds to 4 seconds to 6 seconds. And then at one point, I was like 10 seconds back. And then there's some blue flag issues where they got kind of pushed back to 12 seconds. And I was like, wow, that was,
Right.
yeah, it happens. But I
I
mean, you probably felt
I
pretty good
needed
about that.
I've needed all the help I could get. Like I was looking at the delta and really just focusing on him. And I think, yeah, qualifying was everything. I really, when we were going through practice, I even did an AI race to set up the cameras on lap one, and I could barely overtake the AI, or going too wide through anywhere on this track is super difficult. So that's when I kind of learned that qualifying was going to be essential. And then I was lucky that I got out behind Jacob again. We were sort of towing each other to the front row, and I think that saved it. If Travis and I were swapped places, it would have been like there's no way I would have gone forward. I probably would have had the same result as him, maybe worse, because it's
Um,
just so hard. It's a street track, and
yeah,
it's so hard to pass. So yeah, I think it was one in quali, and then yeah, Jacob being able to sit behind him and fuel save was good. I ended up not needing the extra lap because there was traffic in front of us, and we decided it was better to just both of us fly in rather than get stuck behind a car braking for the last chicane and lose time there. So it really just came together super
absolutely.
nicely.
I saw that in the
I
pit
really
stop where it looked like you're going to go into nothing but traffic. So you guys pit pretty well in that
mhm.
regard and then just stayed ahead. Congratulations again, season 17 champion and the winner of this night's race. Thank you, Mark Farley, for joining me.
Thank you, Jason. I want to say thank you to Travis as well. He's really pushed me to a level that I didn't think I could really race at. So yeah, he was super quick. He kept me sweating. I think tonight's race doesn't reflect how close it was. So I look forward to fighting him next season. I hope he sticks around.
Awesome. Thanks for saying so.
Thank you, Jason. Bye.
Right. Tyler Kern, congratulations. Season 17 AM class champion and the winner of tonight's race. Almost a 1, 2, 3 for the classes. I mean, rookies, a little different. The driver that is winning the championship's not here for the rookies, but Tyler, I mean, what a great result. You had a good buffer to Force Holland. You were doing fairly well. Your teammate Rodrigo Theory was, helped pushing you along. He was behind you at once, but then he got by you. So did Matt Benson. But ultimately, you kept a pretty good, solid pace. That's got to feel good. I think you're going to finishing third in the team championship as well.
Yeah, I think so. It was a great race. It's a tough track, and I think you're right. I think we ended up getting third place in the team championship. I'm happy to win the AM championship and the race. It was strategy worked out good for me. Just being able to save a little bit of fuel, and I think that's what helped me jump Forest in the pits, and then I could just kind of keep the buffer.
And it worked out. It really did work out. Was Rodrigo able to help you at all throughout that race? Because you guys looked like you're almost in tandem at one point for the first half of it.
Yeah, a little bit. We were kind of just hanging out, kind of fuel saving in the train, and then I made a mistake, almost rear-ended Forrest. I think there was a 0x contact, so I was glad I didn't give him any damage. But then Rodrigo got by me, and then I kind of just got shuffled to the back of that train, and not really much I could do there. I was kind of just hanging out. So, but
Okay, well, I mean, still a great result. Still, I mean, great result. You won. You're one in class. Do you think this is going to make any changes as far as your move to the pro-ams, or are you going to be happy trying to stay in the AM class and improve a little bit more?
yeah, I don't really care either way. I mean, the racing's so good in this league that it doesn't really matter if I've got pink mirrors or blue mirrors. They go with the paint job, and the racing's really good up and down the classes. So yeah, just happy to be in the league. Happy to keep racing with these guys. It's a fun group.
Absolutely, finishing in the top 15, finishing first in class. Great result. Thank you for joining me, Tyler. That was and again, congratulations on a championship. That's got to feel good.
Yeah, it does. Thanks, Jason. Appreciate it, man. Have a good night.
Yeah, you do. That's it, everybody. If you can hear me or not hear me, it doesn't matter. That's the wrap for season 17. Welcome to join us for season 18, which will be announced shortly, I'm sure, once everything gets finalized with the new system, the new tracks we're going to. Thank you, everybody. And don't forget to, I don't think it's all going to be a bunch of wacky races for the next week and a half, I believe. So I think everything's going to start up in a week, maybe two. And that's all. Thank you for joining me.